All right, thanks for joining us. So for the second time this season, Vail Mountain School and Vail Christian met on the volleyball court, but this time the Gore Rangers were looking to steal a win against the rival school after falling short in August.
Inside the gym at Vail Mountain School, two longtime rivals met for the last time during the regular season to settle their differences on the volleyball court. Visiting Vail Christian on the hunt for their 7th win of the season, while VMS hope to pick up their 4th. Vail Mountain School drops the first 2 sets to Christian, but determined not to give up the 3rd. 22-24, Gore Rangers on top of the Saints in the 3rd. Lizzie Pratt puts it into play and Vail Christian will go on the attack. Ball is pushed over the net right in the direction of Quincy Probramski, who taps it into empty space, and Vail Mountain School picks up a set and now within 1. They'll win the next set as well to force a tiebreaker. Betty Bartok back to serve for the Saints. She puts it into play. The Gore Rangers set up Probramski, who can't clear the net on the spike. Vail Christian wins the tiebreaker to take the match and sweep rival school Vail Mountain School in the regular season. Head coach of Vail Christian, Brittany Branson, joined us for post-game chat.
All right, so for the second time this season, Vail Christian knocked off their rival school, Vail Mountain School, on the volleyball court and away this time. 3-2 was the final score. The 3-set victory went into overtime, but a good game all around. Joining me right now, head coach of Vail Christian, Brittany Branson. Now, Coach, what did you like from your team tonight?
I like that we won. We played very well in the first 2 sets. I think Vail Mountain School did a very good job staying in system. We couldn't really get them out of system in those the 3rd and the 4th set. The energy was very good in the 5th. I'm glad that we were able to pull through. We had some good stats. Our libero had 24 digs, and then our freshman outside hitter had a double-double with 13 digs and 16 kills. So very happy with that. I'm just glad that we were able to pull it through. I know this gets emotional, and the rival is big, so I was just glad that we were able to pull the win.
Okay, and what does a win like this kind of do for your team's confidence? You knocked them off 3-0 at home. That probably felt pretty good. You swept them there. But, 3-2 here on their turf.
Yeah.
What does that kind of do for your team's confidence?
Yeah, we talked about it through the game, playing together. This is always going to be a high-energy game, whether it's home or away. So there was moments that they took the energy and we tried to get it back, and it was kind of back and forth for a while. But we really tried to focus on playing together, not, going at each other's throats and stuff. So coming together, eye contact, being positive. And, I wish we would have done it in 3, but it is what it is, and we're ready to go work tomorrow and prepare for Friday.
Okay, and let's talk about the resilience of your squad a little bit tonight. You guys go up 2-0. You probably think you have it in the bag right then and there. It seems like all the momentum's on your side of the court. But then Vail Mountain School bounces back, puts up the next 2 sets. You got a tie game at 2-2. Take it into a 4th set. You guys get the victory 15-4 in that tiebreaker.
Yeah.
What does that kind of just speak on the resilience of your squad?
Yeah, we've tried to be very good about, we've gone up 2-0 a lot, and so we've talked a lot about finishing. Like I said, I wish we would have done it in 3, but that's something we talk about constantly, is pushing on the gas pedal the whole time, not being done until we are 25, 25, 25, and we're out the door. So I think it was awesome that they dug deep and found a way to get the win. Like I said, I give a lot of credit to VMS. They did a wonderful job. They totally mixed it up at different rotations. We're really trying anything to get us to get the win, and they did a great job staying in system, getting us out of system. But I'm just happy that we pulled through in the 5th set.
That's awesome to hear. And, this is a small gym that we're in. You can hear just about every, noise, and it gets super loud in here. How helpful is that student section to have behind you when you guys are rallying back and forth on the court? They get loud just about every chance they can. How beneficial is it to have a loud student section like that backing y'all up?
Yeah, always. Home and away, it's great that they traveled. We really appreciate that. I think the girls enjoy it. It definitely builds them up. We just got to be better about when we get down, trying to get that energy up and getting the crowd behind us, because I felt like the 5th set was obviously definitely the loudest. But if we could maybe carry that sooner, we'd maybe walk out with the 3-0. So.
Okay, and you guys are now moving up to 7-2 overall, 5-0 in league play. You got a tough one against Meeker, who's sitting at the top of your league right now. Is there anything you'd like to carry over from tonight's game into that matchup with Meeker?
Yeah, I think It's going to be a tough match. They're very composed, well coached, don't make a lot of errors. So I think us being mentally tough, being disciplined, and being composed, pretty much like them. I mean, tonight I felt like the third and fourth set, we lacked that. So learning from that, I talked to them about we got to really come and work tomorrow and Thursday and prepare for Meeker. So yeah, that's what I would think we just need to take tonight, is playing together, being a little more mentally composed and disciplined.
All right, got anything you want to add?
No, go Saints.
Go Saints, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. With the win tonight, Vail Christian improves to 7-2 on the season, 5-0 in league play, and they will have a big testament of a matchup coming up later this week against Meeker, and that game will be played at home with that student section rallying behind them.
Staying on the volleyball court, things got hot and gypsum Tuesday night as the visiting Glenwood Springs Demons took on the Eagle Valley Devils. Eagle Valley would get the win over Glenwood Springs, sweeping the Demons 3-0. Eagle Valley, they improved to 11-4 on the season, while Glenwood Springs, they dropped to 8-4.
And just when you thought we were done talking about volleyball, there was one more final game as Battle Mountain High took on Summit.
The Huskies, having their best season in 4 years, were looking to knock off a struggling Tigers team and bounce back after a shutout loss at home to Palisade. Lily Suman back to serve. She'll put it into play, and the Tigers won't have a chance as this one hits off Carolyn Frazier's hand funny and flies right into the crowd. Suman and the Huskies will go on a little run here. She puts it into play. Summit on the attack. They get it back to the Huskies. Suman dives to save the point, and they get the spike to drop. Suman serving yet again. Summit sets up the spike. They drop the hammer, but Gracie Halminski is there for the block to get Battle Mountain the point. Rinse and repeat. Suman again puts it into play, and that's an ace. Huskies now building a comfortable lead in the first set over Summit High. Suman back again. Summit sets up the Frazier spike. It's blocked, but goes back to Frazier. She'll try it again, but the line judge says this one's long, awarding the point to the Huskies. Tigers in complete disbelief, and they honestly had every reason to be in disbelief after this one, as it looked in play to me, but unfortunately there's no instant replay in high school sports, as we all know. Suman, nevertheless, she'll serve again and rip this one across the net. Summit unable to gain control of Suman's heater and will lose the ball into the stands. Point Huskies. But all good things must come to an end. Serve gets away from Suman, and she'll net it after 9 straight points for the Huskies. Nevertheless, Battle Mountain, they're going to finish the job in the first set, winning 25-18, but fall short in the end as the Tigers steal one on the road 3-1 over the Huskies. Now, volleyball wasn't the only sport being played Tuesday night. In gypsum, Eagle Valley High took on Glenwood Springs on the soccer field, and Glenwood was looking to improve to 5-1 on the year, while the home team was just looking to get back to breaking even at 4-4 on the year. Late in the game, lights come on for the Devils' penalty kick. Baranbe Lopez steps over and makes himself available downfield. He'll get the pass, shoot, and it's good. Eagle Valley High improves to 4-4 on the season, while visiting Glenwood Springs takes the bus home thinking about their second loss of the year. Ben Roof talked with Eagle Valley's Will Gerdes after the game.
We are here with Will Gerdes, who just got the assist on the game-winning goal there with, what was that, second and a half left on the clock?
Well, I think there's 4 seconds left after we scored.
So, how do you feel?
I'm elated, but there's a lot more work to do. I think we've had like 4 wins this season, but there's a lot more coming.
Pretty hard-fought game against Glenwood. Yes. What do you guys think really kind of helped keep the fire going?
Honestly, our commitment, this was like one of the first games where everything fell into place and everyone was committed. Everyone wanted to win, and we just got after it.
Tell me a little bit about that last play there.
Well, the free kick is something that me and Burnaby have been trying to do all season, and we've been so close so many times, but as soon as I saw the clock and the position, I was like, all right, everyone move over. He's going to score right here, and it just worked out finally.
Nailed it, and it couldn't come at a better time. Congratulations, guys, on your win. I'll let you get inside, and one more time, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
The most popular sports program in the nation just keeps climbing in notoriety. Not only did Colorado enter their matchup with CSU undefeated on the season, but it's safe to say they now have some higher caliber fans rooting for them.
If you had told me Lil Wayne, Offset, and Kawhi Leonard would all be standing sideline at CU's matchup with Colorado State, I'd look you dead in the face and say no chance. Kawhi doesn't even go to his own games, but sure enough, he showed up in Boulder Saturday night. CSU on the attack early. Nicolosi looking to hit Torrey Horton, but Shiloh Sanders picks him off and turns on the Jets. Sanders will travel 80 yards to the crib, and Buffs fans, they're going to start thinking this game's going exactly as planned, but the Rams came to play. We'll see a little trick play action here from the Rams as Nicolosi passes back to Horton, who will hit the tie-it-in Holker right in the breadbasket for 6. Rams make it a tie game and will eventually take the lead. Pass from Sanders to Hunter is good, but he loses the football. It's picked up by Ron Harge, who goes 40 yards on the scoop and score. Colorado State making a statement behind enemy lines early, and then came the most controversial part of the game, and perhaps the season. Sanders looking downfield, makes the pass to Hunter. Ball never gets there, and Hunter takes a big shot to the chest area by the defensive back from Boulder, Henry Blackburn. Laundry flies on the field, and Hunter heads to the hospital. We later find out his liver was lacerated, and he'll miss at least 4 weeks. But that's not all. Blackburn and his family would begin receiving death threats for his actions. But Coach Prime would later clear the air in a press conference Tuesday, saying he and Hunter forgive Blackburn for his actions. Now back to the game. Sanders, with time, late in the first, looking downfield and connects with Xavier Weaver for the 24-yard touchdown to tie the game up. Colorado in a dogfight with in-state rival CSU. After an impressive 2-minute drive to tie the game up in the fourth, we head to overtime and eventually double OT. This game went on so long I lost 2 camera batteries and had to pull out the phone, but we still got the job done. Sanders looking for options. He finds Michael Harrison for 6. They'll go for 2 and get it. CSU down 8 will try to answer on 4th down. Nicolosi passes. It's airborne and beat down in the end zone. Colorado picks up their 3rd win of the season and their 92nd Rocky Mountain Showdown victory. It wasn't pretty, but a win is a win, Coach Prime told the media after the game.
We showed that we were resilient. We showed that we would fight. We showed that we had no surrender or give up in us. And that's a lot for a team that's fairly new. As you say, we just got together. So I'm truly proud of our men as well as our coaches and staff, sports staff, and so forth. Not happy with the way we played, but I'm happy with the win.
With the win, Colorado remains undefeated on the year, but falls back a couple spots in the AP poll as they were expected to handle CSU a little better than they did. They'll turn their attention to their first conference matchup of the season against Oregon, which should give us a good idea of how the Buffs will fare in conference play the rest of the regular season. That game is slated for Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Colorado isn't the only undefeated team in the Centennial State this year, though. Over the weekend, Air Force picked up their 3rd straight win over fellow Mountain West school Utah State, the Falcons. They're going to turn their attention to another conference opponent in San Jose State in Week 4. Kickoff is going to come Friday at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Staying on the gridiron, but shifting our focus to Division II football, you'll notice Mines holding their head high as the number 2 team in the country for the 4th week running. Fellow RMAC Conference school Western Colorado also on the board at 19 as they knocked off CSU Pueblo, but this means we lose the Thunderwolves from last week's poll in the top 25 as they were handed their first loss of the season from the Mountaineers. Now we'll shift gears and look at the Broncos, not where you'd like to see them sitting entering Week 3 as they have 2 losses and no wins on their schedule. Safe to say Russell Wilson played his best game of the year, though. The Broncos would hold on to the lead over the Commanders until the beginning of the 4th quarter, but slip and wind up falling 33-35.
Not gonna lie, 0-2 is pretty hard to come back from, especially in the NFL, but we'll see what the Broncos can do this week. I'm not counting them out of playoff contention just yet, but they're looking close. But this matchup against the Dolphins in Miami will be very important for the season ahead. Make sure to continue coming back to us for all the latest sports coverage around the Valley and beyond. We'll see you next time.